Everyone, myself Vaibhav. In today's session of Visual Jforex, we will be continuing to work with the indicator named Bull Power. This is the second part, and in today's session, the focus is going to be on completing the buy side setup using the indicator block. So now let us head to the Visual Jforex board, which has been developed by the Dukascopy Bank SA. In the prior session, I had done this instrument subscription where the default instrument is Euro USD. Then the position amount was defined at 0. I got these bull power indicator blocks of the hourly time frame with the look back period of 1 and 2 respectively. These two historical blocks of 1 hour time frame get historical candle to look at the price volatility prior to the execution of the trade, and then to pinpoint the exact entry point. These 10-second candles will be used. I have also done these calculations to define certain conditions. As I had explained to you in last session, we need for the trade to be executed enough of momentum, and for that we are going to rely on the bull power output value. And there the requirement is that for the buy trade to be executed, we will need the last hour's willpower output to be twice of the prior hour's willpower output. So for that, we have carried out this calculation, and I have defined this output value MBC, which is the twice of the willpower output value with the look back period of 2 on the hourly time frame. And then to properly define the entry point, we are also going to look at the price volatility, and here this is the hourly difference of the closing and the opening value for last hourly candle, and we will be placing the order below 40% of the last hour's candle close. And for that I have again carried out this calculation. So now in today's session, we will have to define the exact entry point for the pending open, and then I will also add the if else block for the defining of the conditions for the execution of the order. So we first start with the calculation expression where I will find this block. Here it is. And we will define the entry point for the execution of the buy trade, and it will be the limit order, so last tick bid, and we will deduct the 40% of the last hour's candle closing and opening difference, as I said earlier. So this is going to be A1 minus A2, and this will be by entry point. Okay, now I will bring in the multiple action. For the time being, we will join it below this block, but later on we will have to again disconnect it and add additional blocks. It be amongst logical blocks. Okay, we will leave space so that we can add the other blocks as and when required. Now here the algorithm's logic is fairly simple to understand and also to design on this platform. We don't really have to split it out on this designing thanks to the simplicity of the platform. So here we need last hour's bull power output value to be twice of the prior hour's bull power output value, and we have defined that here. So first input should be greater than second input. And after that we need last hours candle close value to be above the opening value. And for that we will have to look at the auto created variables. Candle 18 close should be above its opening price. Okay, first input greater than second input. And also we need the penultimate candles opening and the closing price showing the similar trajectory. Its closing price should be higher than the opening price. That means there has been bullish momentum, and now in last hour it has picked up pace. So for that we will now have to take candle 19 candle close and open, and this is going to be first input greater than second input. So we have defined these three conditions, and then we have to look at the exact point where the order will come into play, and that's going to be whenever the price starts to rise beyond the closing value of last hourly candle. And for that we will have to compare these candle 20 and candle 21's candle close with candle 18's candle close. So for that I will bring in another if block, and we will have to look at candle 18's candle close and candle 21 candle close should have been below the candle 18 candle close, and then it started to rise, so candle 20's candle close went above it. Okay, and so with this we have defined the requirements, and now is the time to bring in the trading block of pending open. And here this is going to be a limit order by limit. Now I will first arrange these blocks, and after that we will add the values for the parameters of these pending open order. Buy price we have already defined, so that is going to be our entry point. Okay, default instrument will remain as it is, Euro USD. Trade amount, here you can change the trade amount as per your account equity. Slippage 2 pips should be good enough. Now comes the question of defining the stop loss and take profit, and then we will also have to define the order validity. So in this session we will carry out the calculation for stop loss and take profit. now. So, and we are going to make it dynamic. So whatever is the last hour's candle close and opening difference, that is going to be our stop loss, and twice of it is going to be our take profit. So for that we have to carry out the calculation expression. So we will need to define this stop loss and take profit. And here we will take this difference and multiply it by pip conversion factor as Euro USD as values after 4 pip. 1 pip is after 4 decimal points. So because of that we have to multiply it by 10 raised to the power 4 to make it its pip converted into the integer. So for that I will have to create a new variable pip conversion factor, and its value is going to be 10k. Okay, and it is a1 into a2, and also we have to make sure that we match the data type. For that I will not create the variable here, instead I will create the variable here. And this is going to be by stop loss, and its value will be the result of calculation. Okay, and we will disconnect it here. Now is the time to define take profit, and take profit is simply going to be twice of the stop loss, and we have already defined one variable TBC which also has the value 2, which was used to multiply the bull power to get the twice of bull power output. We get to use that same variable here, TBC. This is going to be A1 into A, and this will be by take profit. Okay, oh, I forgot, we need to create the variable here to make sure that the data type matches. So this is going to be take profit 1, and its value will be derived from this output value, result of the calculation. Okay, and we have to then define the order validity, but we will be defining the order validity tomorrow once we are done with the sell side setup. So that will have to wait for next session, and once we are done with the requirement for the sell side, we can look at the chart and figure out the appropriate level. So for the time being I will join this iteration flow and join it on the lower side also to see if we have got it going or not. I will color code it. And let me see, there appears a problem. So this kind of acts of omission can happen. That's why the platform has provided one more additional tool to make sure that we are not missing out on anything. And that's the beauty of the platform. So with this, I will be now wrapping up the session. Thank you all for joining in. Do come back for the next session where we will be building the sell side logical configuration. Till then, goodbye. Do subscribe to the Dukascopy webinar channel to stay updated on the market developments. See you next time. Thank you all.